I mean, I hit the target.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bullseye Channel. I hope you're doing well. We are out at the Cardinal Shooting Center in beautiful Marengo, Ohio, and working on some rapid fire. So as you can see, I got my 25-yard reduced rapid fire targets, which is kind of nice. They're basically the same size. And I am working on some live fire. So trying to mix in my dry fire with my live fire. I'm not sure if you will have seen my dry fire video before this or if you'll see it after it, but just know if you haven't, it's coming. And if you've seen it, I hope you enjoyed it. But what we're doing here is kind of like a deliberate session. This is filmed during my bullseye practice on Wednesdays with the boys. And I dragged the, the bench out and started shooting rapid. I'm not sure they like that. But here, just working on a little bit of cadence. I'm just shooting on a single target right now. And today, in fact, only shooting on 2 targets is the most advanced that we're going to get. Right here, shooting and then holding, focusing on follow through, kind of shaking out, remembering, the positional, structural things. You can see me kind of, dropping my left shoulder, right? Got my right shoulder up, chin is connecting. And for the most part, as should be the case, right, if you're shooting so deliberately, the shots are in the 10 or the X or, but, maybe they slip to the 9. But if they do, you kind of notice that and you you record it. So here we go. There's a beautiful green Pardini, somewhat obscured by the green grass. All right, so we go down. All right, we're fixing it because it got blown over. And here now we're going to incorporate a lift, I think. So, again, not putting a ton of pressure on myself here, going out to Colorado Springs next month to shoot a match. I believe here I had it on 1.5 seconds with my shot timer, and that was just a little bit too aggressive for me. And like the gotta get it kind of like nervousness in 1.5, I was like, all right, I'm going to back it off to 1.7, which you'll see here in a minute. The other thing too is like you're not timing your shot. I think a lot of people think like, oh, you're timing your shot. Which maybe in a sense you are, right? Like you definitely want to break the shot when you hit the water line. But I was all over the place because I was trying to time the shot. It has to be a deliberately good shot. You're not going to like chance yourself into the center of the bowl. It has to be just as good a shot as, any other shot that you were going to take. Right, so slowing down to 1.7, taking that little extra time to make sure that my sight alignment is good and my sight picture is acceptable. The thing, I learned for myself, just, out here shooting this sort of like mock live fire is, boy, I really need to bear down a little further on the lift. Not even the lift, but like on breaking a good shot. So I had a bunch in the 10, I had one in the 10, and the rest were in the X on that one. Here, hey, Dan came out, right? I already mentioned that in one of my videos. And I said, hey, do you want to shoot the Pardini? And he shot the Pardini. Look at that thing. It doesn't even move. It just spits out 22 shells. That's a great thing about the Pardini, really, is that, like, it's a fun party favor, right? Like, it's, it's everybody's favorite little toy, at least mine. Here's Target Pistol Dave. And I was like, hey, do you want to shoot this? And he's like, yeah, I want to shoot this. And then he shot left to right. And I was like, why are you shooting left to right? He's like, I don't know. That's just what I'm doing. Some people do that. I was like, well, why don't you try right to left since you're right-handed? He's not used to a Pardini and not used to a trigger. And he said it was really, really weird to get used to a gun and a new way of shooting all at once. But I seem to enjoy it. All right, so now we're going to go with the lift. Again, trying to make sure that I have a deliberate sight alignment. Sometimes, like right there, you can see a little hiccup. Like I'll bring it up and it won't be aligned, right? Meaning like my front sight will be a little left, or maybe my sight picture will be a little left or a little right. The other thing too is maybe I'll overshoot the water line, meaning my front sight will go above where I want it to go. This all just has to be, drilled out in dry fire. But having a great time, happy that I had these targets, to come out and shoot. Here in a second, we're going to start doing drills where I'll shoot the first one, then move to the second one. I'll let you know that the thing that was interesting to me is that my shots on the first one were not good, and my shots on the second one were great. Why is that? Like, why is it that the target that I'm transitioning to from right to left, there you go, were all in the, the 10 or the X and the ones on the lift. And I think it's because if I'm reading the Anatoly's book right, like, because the lift shot is hard, right? It is it is not the easiest shot in the world to make, especially when you're trying to make it in a short timeline. So we were shooting here, and then we had like a little bit of a conversation, here I'm trying to do it. And the conversation was, all right, are you timing your shots as you're going across, or are they 5 distinct shots? What I've been told is they are 5 distinct shots, right? Like I am pausing at each target, or maybe pausing is not the right term, but like I will confirm a good sight alignment, acceptable sight picture on the target before pulling the trigger. But that was a conversation. And the other conversation was, do you pivot from the shoulder or do you pivot from the hips? I pivot from the hips. It's what I've been told. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. So I hope you guys have kind of enjoyed this little peek. I'm going to leave you with the 3 rules for life. Rule 1, don't be a jerk. Rule 2, take care of yourself. Rule 3, help other people. And as always, know that you don't know what's going on in someone else's mind. They do not know what's going on in your mind. So be kind and courteous when dealing with other people. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Hold hard. Shoot straight.
I mean, I hit the target.